Hey, high levelers, it's Nat here. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the snapshot as far as where everything is, some changes I've made to it to make things easier for you, to give you some more options and some other cool stuff. I do need to apologize in advance if the noise is loud. There's actually grinding going on right now, right outside my back wall. They're ripping off the stucco. I have done some audio tests and used Adobe's AI voice compression, and I think we should be fine. So hopefully that's the case. But anyway, I have obviously decided to go through and create the snapshot for you guys. My initial post had over 200 likes and loves and over 100 comments. So obviously people are loving this. So with that being said, let's just dive into it. So of course, I do want to say, make sure that you watch all of this video as well as the other one, and then go through the Google document. I've laid everything out as best as I possibly could, telling you what everything is, what it does, where it is. So you really shouldn't have any questions. If you go through the Google Doc, watch all the videos, you should be good to go. Some stuff is a little technical, some stuff isn't. It just may look technical, but either way, just make sure to go through all the content. Okay, so first off, I did cover this in the other video, but I just want to cover it again really quickly. Whatever your landing page, opt-in page, join page, whatever that is, yourlandingpage.com/join or whatever that is, that's going to go there. And then after that, you're going to want to make sure to have referrer ID equals contact refer _ email _ ID, exactly like that. Okay, so just make sure that you copy that and put that at the end of the URL. I do have a landing page that goes into that a little bit more, which I'll show you in a second. So with the custom fields, there is a folder. So if you go to folders and then go to referral tracking, I did notice that there's still smart business owners. I'm going to delete that because that's just duplicate. You won't need that. But referral tracking. And then there you've got the referral email ID, which is what I just showed you. That goes inside the unique referral tracking link that goes inside a hidden field on your survey or form, which is going to pass the referrer's email ID into the system. And that's basically how you get tracked. So this is the most important one. There's also referral count that goes along with the math operations. So every time that a new referral comes in, it adds one and then populates the referral count custom field. So if you had one, you get one more. It updates the custom field to 2. When you get another one, it updates it to 3 and so on. So that's really important. And then there's also a referral gift URL custom field. Okay. There is a custom value with the same name, which I'll go into that in a second. So again, just to be super clear, there's a referral gift URL custom field and a referral gift URL custom value. The difference between them is this, and pay very close attention. It is mentioned in the document, but basically the custom field is for if you need to, and in my case I did, which is why I showed it in the very first video. I am creating a unique referral gift for each referral, okay? And that's because I'm doing a travel voucher. The travel voucher is unique to each person. That's the point of it, okay? And so because of that, it's attached to a custom field, which is attached to a contact. The custom value, which is here is the, so referral gift URL. It's in a folder, referral tracking, okay? That is more account wide. So if you had a lead magnet of some type, whether it's an ebook or a video series or whatever it is, you would create that once. It is not unique to the contact. It's unique to the sub account that it's in. Okay. So that's where you would put that. This is what I've put in the automations because this is what's going to be most common. Okay. So I just want to explain both. The custom value version is most likely what you're going to use. The case where I'm using a custom field that is unique to each person, that's going to be less common, but I wanted to include both, just to give you options. Okay. And that's what I showed in my initial video because that's what I was using for my use case. You are most likely going to be using the custom value because you're going to be giving the same referral gift to everyone who is the referrer. Okay, moving on. Tags, referral 1, 2, 3. That's pretty common sense, is that when they get their first, second, or third referral, they are tagged that accordingly. When they get the next one, so if they have referral 1 and then they get referral 2, it's going to remove referral 1, etc. Pretty common sense. Referral generated. This is generated in your third-party automation platform. In my case, I was using Pabbly Connect. Okay, if you're using Make.com or Zapier or N8N, you do need to make sure that those have the ability to create a tag inside of high level. Okay, that tag that's being created is referral generated, and that is going to trigger one of the automations, which I'll show you in a second. Then we've got forms and surveys. Okay, I'll give you options for both. You can use mine as is or modify. You probably already have forms or surveys that you're using for your offer if you already have an existing offer. If you want to use an existing form or survey, then you're going to need to make a tweak to them, which I'll show you. And I've already showed it in the other video, but I'll show it to you again here. Or you can use mine, modify it, and then put it on your landing page. Okay. So here we go. The form, and this is a very, generic one looking one, basically name, last name, phone, email, consent, etc. But you'll see here that there is a hidden field for the referral email ID custom value. I mentioned this in the other video, but because the refer email ID, this is going to sound a little bit technical, I wanted a shorter URL for the referral tracking link, right? So if we go to here, refer ID equals the stock value. If you just used referrer email ID, it would be referrer _ email _ ID equals, but I wanted to short it as much as possible. So in that custom field query key, this sounds technical, but basically click on the hidden link once you've added it, or the one that is already on the form or survey. Go to query key, and then you're going to want to copy and paste refer ID exactly as it is there. If you're using my form or my survey, it's already in there. You don't have to do anything. But if you're using your own form or survey, then you're going to want to, add the custom field for refer email ID, and then copy and paste referrer ID into the query key and then save. And again, the reason for that is so you have a shorter value, whatever you want to call that, ID inside of your referrer ID. I just wanted to keep it as short as possible. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. The survey. So this is my exact survey that I used. In the video that I showed, I only showed this, which is the opt-in field. I'm actually using it as a application because I want to make sure that people who join my community, they are, people that fit my ideal client persona. So if you don't want to use all this stuff, you could basically just delete the tell me page. You could delete the socials. You could delete the biggest obstacles. You could, you just need the contact info, but you can turn off last name. You can delete that if you want. You really only need name, email. You don't even need phone if you don't want to, but basically you need name, email, and or phone, and the refer ID as a hidden field. Again, you'll see here that the query key is refer ID. All right. There is a pipeline for opportunities. The stages that I have are 1 referral, 2 referral, 3 referrals, send the gift, and gift sent. Pretty straightforward. Each one moves along based on if they have 1, 2, or 3 referrals. In my example, in the video that I showed, I was manually dragging them. I've got workflows that will automate this process. I'll show you that as well. I've created some funnels for you with the 2-step. There is the join option, which is the opt-in page. You can use these as templates or not, but I just wanted to show you examples of it. So, if you wanted to use a landing page like that, but basically on the pop-up, there is the form in this case, right? And this is the form I just showed you. Okay. The confirmation page, or I'm calling it the next steps page. Again, you don't have to use this, but I just wanted to show you an example of instructions to give to your referrer. And so basically, once somebody opts into your community or to receive your landing page, you would want to include some sort of instructions that say, hey, get a free gift, whatever your gift is, worth X amount of dollars when you invite however many people that fit your ideal customer, persona. Okay. And so basically, here's how you get your free gift. Create your unique referral link, yourlandingpage.com, referral ID equals your email address. And then simply replace the bold text, your email at example.com above, with your email address that you just registered with, right? So I'm just trying to spell it out, right? So you would basically, put whatever your email address into there, and you would copy and paste that, right? You probably would want to include https://, but you get the idea, right? And then I'm saying like, okay, post it on, your social profiles, send emails, etc. So again, this is just a general overview of what you might include. I'm sure you can improve on this for your page. I've done something a little bit different where I've actually given people tweets and Facebook posts and emails to send and stuff like that. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that. You would just want to include the link inside each. I didn't want to overcomplicate things, but if you wanted to take things a little bit further, that's what I did for mine. Again, this is just a template. And the pop-up doesn't need to be there. Obviously, I'll turn that off in the snapshot. Here, okay. So because of one of the automations, I gave you options. I needed to create a course and a community with a private channel. So I'll just show you those here. Again, you're probably going to have your own already, but again, I needed to create those in order to save them in my workflow. So here we're going to go courses, products. I've just created, there's nothing in it, so whatever, right? But I created a course called Referral Gift Course, and then I had to attach an offer to that, which basically is just a free offer to get the referral gift course, okay? So again, you're going to want to create those for yourselves. If you want to use mine and then add the content in, then you can do so. And then in that case, it would be pre-populated, but you will need to change that in the workflow, which I'll show you in a second here. And then if we go back to communities, so I just created free community. Obviously, you'd want to call that something different, but there is a channel that is private. Okay, so I call it VIP. And so basically in the workflow that I'll show you in a second here, it grants access to a private community. In this case, I selected VIP. Whatever your community is, whatever your private channel is that you're granting access to, you would obviously want to change that in the workflow. Okay, here's the good part. This is the workflows. You do need to change some stuff to your use case. And I added one more here just to give you options, okay? So that 1A is the same as what I showed before. 1B is the same. 2A is the automatic one. So this one is the one that I created. It is published because, again, that's what I think most people are going to use. And then the manual one, which I showed in my first video, which I don't think most people are going to use, but there's an option for that. I've set that to draft. So if you want to use the manual versus the automated way, then you would set the automated to draft and the other one to published as your use case. Okay, so in the Google Doc, I've got some edits you definitely need to do. Okay, so make sure to go through those and make those changes, but I'll just go through those now. So basically right now, I've got both the survey and the form that I've created as triggers. Okay, you don't need both, so you can delete whichever one you're not going to use. But if you end up using your own form or survey on your own landing page, and then of course add the hidden field and make the modifications to the referrer ID, etc., that I showed a couple minutes ago. If you're going to use one of those forms or surveys on an existing funnel, then you need to place that form or survey as the trigger, right? Because basically the trigger is someone opting into your community or lead magnet or whatever it is, right? So whatever form or survey your lead magnet is, you need to replace that, and then you can delete these ones here or use these ones, and et cetera, et cetera. The referred by refer tag, you don't need to make any changes to it, but you're using a dynamic contact value, which is one of the contact values I'm already using. So you can see that referred by my email address if I sent referrals, right? So it's just one way to see who's doing stuff, okay? And then here, again, this is the premium action for updating a row or column inside of a Google Sheet, okay? This is just one of my throwaway Google accounts. You can spam me there if you want, doesn't matter. But basically, I've created a Google document. There's really nothing to it. It's just one column that has refer email ID as the header. And then each time somebody refers, that whatever their email address associated with their account is going to populate this column, okay? And so you can clone this. I've got a link in it somewhere in the document, or just create your own. But basically, you're going to want to populate it. So you're gonna need to go into your integrations, connect either your account or your client's Google account in the integrations, right? You should know how to do that. You're going to select your drive and then basically navigate to wherever that is. If it's in a folder, you need to go through the folder, etc. It's most likely going to be sheet 1, which is basically the bottom sheet 1. If you had multiple sheet 2, sheet 3, etc., where this was on, then you need to go to sheet 2, sheet 3, etc. And then you're going to map the column for wherever refer email ID is. In my case, it's column A. In the initial example I showed, I did have other columns. Initially, I was going to put like who the referrer's name and all this other stuff. You don't need to. I was overcomplicating it. So just basically A and A for starting and ending. Okay, refer email ID, both in the starting and ending columns. And then the referrer email ID, you're going to map that to the custom field that is the referrer's email address, just like that is. So make sure it's set up exactly like I've got it here, but of course in your Google account, right? So that's it for workflow 1A. 1B, this is the main viral referral workflow. Again, I'm not going to go into all the things because I already did that in the other video, but you do need to make some changes to it in terms of all of the emails. Okay, so I basically tried to, templatize everything as much as possible. You're going to want to change that for your use case. You've got your first referral, hey, contact name, and then you'll see where I've kind of templatized it. Fantastic news. You just got your first referral to your community name or whatever your lead magnet is. It doesn't have to be a community. You're 1/3 of the way to getting your amazing gift, whatever that is for you, valued up to X, right? So here's your referral customer link to share or with other people who match your ideal customer persona, and then your domain /referral ID equals, etc., right? Remember, every person who fits your ideal customer persona is going to get benefit 1, 2, and 3, right? And then deciding off with the first and last name of the location owner, location name, etc. So all of the emails have followed a template similar like that. You're going to need to go through and change them so they fit your or your client's use case as need be. And then the other thing is here, basically, as they go through the path of if they have or when they have 3 referrals, you're going to make some changes here. And the changes are going to be if you're doing the automatic referral gift delivery or a manual way like what I had it, okay? So you've got the email basically that says, hey, here's your gift or whatever if you want to continue referring, right? So that's pretty standard. But if you're going to be doing the automated way, I've sent it so it goes to workflow 2A. So they're automatically going to be sent to the referral gift delivery automation. Okay. If you're not going to do that, then you would basically just delete. Oh, sorry. You're going to click on this and then delete this specific action. Okay. You would want to keep the next one, which is the internal email notification. If you're going to be doing the manual way, which is when I had it, then you would want to, actually you don't even, you need to change like the custom email, who it's from, etc. But you could literally just keep the same email notification. And then so you would delete the add to automated workflow, right? So again, if you're doing an automated route, you're going to delete the internal notification, or you would change it to whatever your use case is. You could just say, hey, so-and-so did this. You don't need to tell them, you don't need to tell yourself, what you need to do. It's basically, hey, someone has reached the 3 referrals or the endpoint. Okay. If you're doing the manual way, which is what I showed initially, then you would delete the add to automated workflow. So 2A, send the referral gift, automatic delivery. The trigger is basically nothing in this workflow because you just added them to that in the past workflow. They're going to wait 2 minutes. They're going to get automatically moved to the final pipeline stage. And then here's a few things that you need to do. If you want to give them access to a course, this is where and the reason for me creating that fake referral gift course, you're just going to grant them access to the offer that is associated with the referral gift course. Okay. If you're not granting them access, then go and delete that action step. If you want to grant access to a private channel, in this case was the VIP channel that I made inside my community, then you would delete that. If you are going to grant them access to whatever existing private channel that you have in a high-level hosted community, then you would need to select that and, select your community, select your channel. Okay. And then I've also got an email template that basically says, hey, great news. You got the thing. This is how here's your login. Here's your this, here's your that, whatever. Go to this URL and watch the video, whatever it is. Okay. So basically you've got 3 different options. Obviously there could be other stuff, but that's for you to customize as need be. I just wanted to give you options to deliver in an automated fashion. So either a free course, a free channel in a high-level community, or a video series, or whatever else, an ebook, whatever, you include that in there. Oh, and I should mention is that this is the custom value version of the referral gift because it's something that everyone's going to get. That's why it's automated. In the manual version, it's basically the same email, but notice, actually this one, I included both, okay? So I included both the custom value and the custom field. So either, just delete the one you're not going to be using, all right? Pretty standard. And also in this case, you are manually dragging the person from, the referrals 3 to the final step. So in this case, basically the contact would be at 3 referrals send. You would manually drag their contact record to gift sent. And that's how this gets triggered. Okay. So I think that's it. As far as the whole Paddly Connect thing, I showed that in the other video. Maybe I can do a more detailed version of that if you need me to. I'm not going to shoot versions of Zapier and Make and N8N because I don't use those, but they're going to be basically the same thing. You just want to make sure that it has the option to look up the contact record based on the email address and also to add a tag. So it has those 2 functions. If the platform you're using has those 2 functions, then you can use it. It should be very similar as far as how you're mapping it, etc. That's it. So this is longer than I expected it to be, but it is what it is. I want to make sure that you've got all the information that you could possibly need or want to set this up for your or your client's use case. Again, make sure to watch both this and the other video because that one goes into a little bit more detail, and then go through all the steps here. Okay. I laid this out in super detail. So hope you enjoyed this. Go get a bunch more referrals, make a ton of money, make it happen. And hopefully we'll see you in another video soon. Peace.